Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
So we have the latest from Robb Elementary, the latest in the investigation, and we now have a new narrative that the city officials of Uvalde released. We're going to go over the narrative, what they said, and tell you about what the families of the victims can expect to see later today.
Will we have another triple-digit day? Most likely. And most likely the day after that, and the day after that. Hey, but Justin's going to tell us how many triple-digit days we've had.
Good morning and happy Sunday. It is 8 o'clock this morning. It is July 17th. So yesterday, alluding to the weather, Mike Osterhage was in and said, we might be able to start a streak of double-digit days, which was great.
Yeah.
That streak lasted one day.
Well, didn't we actually end up getting to 100 yesterday?
Yes. Because we only had double digits on Friday, Justin.
One day.
Yeah,
we did touch 100 yesterday. I'm just full of good news over here. We are keeping count of these triple-digit days. We're up to 37 now, if you're keeping count at home. Closing in on third place all time for most 100-degree days. 41 set back in 2013. We're on pace to just beat all of these records, actually. We've still got August and September to get through. And there's a lot more triple digits in the forecast. 74 degrees Kerrville, 77 in New Braunfels, 73 Uvalde, 74 right now in Hondo. It's not a bad morning. There's not a ton of humidity out there. So if you want to get out and about this morning, it's not horrible, but temperatures will warm up pretty quickly. We'll get into those triple digits, yes, later this afternoon. 75 Randolph, 77 currently in New Braunfels in the forecast for today. Takes us up to about 101 here in town. 103 Elmendorf, 101 Floresville, 103 the high in Pleasanton. Here's what's ahead. Yes, we tack on a couple of degrees today for the high temperatures, so a little hotter than yesterday. Saharan dust is here. We can kind of see that haze in the atmosphere. It thickens today, especially as we get into this evening. And next week, there are far too many numbers in the 7-day forecast. We'll talk about just how hot it may get. Plus, we look back in history, too. That's all coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, zero hesitation. That's the message the city of Uvalde reportedly wanted pushed to the public in regards to its law enforcement response to the Uvalde school massacre where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed.
So in a document titled Narrative, a summary and explanation of the day's events written and presented by Uvalde officials during a June 2nd meeting with DPS, just a little over a week after the mass shooting.
Well, KSAT obtained the document yesterday, and it shows that Uvalde city officials attempted to lay out their own version of their law enforcement's response, which has since been under high scrutiny, especially after the public learned it took law enforcement 77 minutes to eventually confront and kill the shooter.
So there were many notable passages from this document, one of which read, quote, 40 minutes were not wasted, but each minute was used to save lives of children and teachers, end quote. The narrative also reads that the shooter would have had, quote, free reign on the school, end quote, if not for Uvalde CISD police immediately being on the scene.
The document also states, quote, not a single officer present, including DPS troopers and Texas Rangers, believed they could save lives by approaching that door and being killed one by one, end quote.
So the New York Times reports that in that June 2nd meeting, city officials took a lot of issue with DPS director when he described Uvalde's law enforcement decision to wait to go into the room as the wrong decision. I believe the words were abject failure. To read more about the document, more on the narrative, just head to KSAT.com.
Well, happening today, families of victims killed inside of Robb Elementary will officially be shown that hallway video from that day. It comes days after the Austin American Statesman released video and audio unexpectedly. As Lee Waldman explains, the video families will be seeing today will be different.
The video being shown today will not have any audio included. It will only show from the moment the gunman enters the classroom to the moment the door is breached by law enforcement. Families will see the video privately at 2 p.m. today. According to Representative Dustin Burrows, a press conference will happen at the Civic Center at 4 p.m. The video will be released officially then, and officials will speak with reporters. The early release of the video has received backlash, many families saying they feel blindsided. Uvalde Mayor Don McLaughlin said at a city council meeting it was the most chicken thing he'd ever seen. We'll be in Uvalde today for the release of that video, and our coverage will start on air at 5:30 p.m. Back to you.
Thank you, Lee. And like she said, we're going to have much more on Uvalde and the release of the video throughout the day. In this morning's top stories, a youth basketball coach arrested, now facing charges for being around children without disclosing that he was a registered sex offender. So take a look. 34-year-old Carlos Castillo facing 2 felony charges. Court records showed that police were first made aware of Castillo's coaching position with the Texas flight team by parents of the players. He went on out-of-town trips with the team where one parent claims Castillo allegedly was grooming the boys and asking for goodnight kisses. Now, Castillo admitted to police he did not inform them of his probation or the probation officer of the position that he had been working in because he was afraid of hearing the response no. Well, back here at home, Freeman Coliseum has gone to the dogs. Literally, some of the nation's top dogs in the Alamo City this weekend for the River City Cluster Dog Show.
Today is the final day of the exhibition. That's where we find our Jonathan Cotto live at the Coliseum with more on today's all-breed show. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to be here at the exposition hall. And I'm not alone. I am accompanied by these furry friends and, of course, Michael Shepard. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Michael, we understand that some of the nation's top dogs are going to be here this morning. They've been here all week. What can you tell us about today's event?
Well, every morning we start over, so it's a whole new event. It goes through, to the end of the day, probably around 5 o'clock maybe today will be over. And the dog show just, it's a whole new dog show every day.
Now, Michael, you're a professional dog handler. You've been doing this your entire life, as you were sharing with me. What does your day look like from start to finish?
A lot of brushing of dogs, running around the rings, just trying to get everything shown and in the ring and make them all look good.
Now, we know admissions to this event is absolutely free, except for the parking. Yeah. What can folks expect if they're planning to head out to the expo hall today?
Depends on what they're looking for. If you're looking for a particular breed, there's a superintendent's desk up there. That has a schedule, and they can find out what time that particular breed shows, and they can just come and watch and bring their kids and enjoy the day, looking at a bunch of beautiful dogs.
Michael, talk to us a little bit about our furry friend here right now.
This is Ruby. She's a 4-year-old corgi. She is a Best in Show winner. She was ranked in the top, I think, 4 or 5 corgis last year. She's had a really great career. Yeah.
Michael, well, thank you so much. Thank you for speaking with us. We're looking forward to seeing all the dogs perform here today. And we're going to hang out with Michael a little bit more and see you guys again here in the next half hour. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, Ready to Work is an educational and job placement program here in the Alamo City with a mission to help thousands of San Antonians improve their quality of life. And get this, recently the program received an almost $3 million grant from the Department of Labor.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Michael Ramsey, the Executive Director of Workforce Development. Good morning, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here.
All right, so Mike, for those who don't know, what is the Ready to Work program and how's it gone so far?
Ready to Work is an unprecedented education and job placement program that we're swinging for the fences on to create a new path forward and change the narrative for a lot of people who have been underserved and underrepresented here in our community. Truly an employer-led economic development and economic empowerment initiative. We have some phenomenal partners with over 200 plus pledged local employers leading the way. Ben Peavy, our chair of our Ready to Work board, along with Peter John Holt, Doug McMurray from the Social General Contractors, tons of input from our local business community, making sure that we stay on focus and on task with providing training pathways that lead to good paying jobs that our local employers want and need. We have partners that are committed to serving the people in this program with excellence, such as Alamo Colleges, Workforce Solutions Alamo, and they're setting unreasonable expectations for our community's growth to make sure that the credentials and skills that are much needed for us to continue to prosper as a community are embedded within our environment.
Well, Mike, Max mentioned it earlier. The program received an almost $3 million grant. So what does that mean for the program and how is that money going to be used?
Apprenticeships are a phenomenal way to add skills into your population. There's been an educational disconnect. On one hand, you have young men and women that are not necessarily interested in finding a 4-year degree. And it's increasingly tough to land good jobs in our high growth industry sectors without more technical and specialized skills. So on the other hand, you have companies and industries that complain that they can't find enough workers to staff their expanding businesses. Well, a big part of this problem is that, over the last 50 years or so, there's been an overwhelming emphasis on college degrees versus skills. And we have an opportunity to partner with the Department of Labor, to partner with our local employers to grow and expand our pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship pathways, which are a true tried and tested model of helping people to get the skills that they need without any college debt whatsoever and get placed into high quality family sustaining jobs. And Ready to Work is going to help to expand the awareness of those pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship pathways, help to provide the wraparound supports necessarily to get people to participate in that earn as you learn model. And we're going to grow that as a potential economic driver here for our community.
All right, so Mike, take us through it. We know that this program is to help educate people, help them get a higher paying job for them and their future family. So what does the timetable look like to get the education and get this apprenticeship?
The Ready to Work program launched about 7 weeks ago. And we've had a phenomenal response with over 3,900 people getting in place and getting into that pipeline to get on track to that better job, that better career, so they can better take care of themselves and their family. We're going to continue to get them served. We're going to continue to connect them with their career advisors to help them to develop that individualized plan that's going to work for their family and their situation. And we want to make sure that they're aligned to our targeted occupational areas within our industry sectors that are experiencing growth here in the Bexar County area in information technology, financial services, advanced manufacturing, healthcare, and education. We want to make sure that they've got a solid plan in place with stair steps along the way to help them to overcome any barriers they may face to getting on track in their careers.
And Mike, what comes next for the program, and what does this mean for the future of our city?
We're going to continue our grassroots efforts. We're working with COPS Metro. They're conducting home visits, 500 home visits within our community to make sure that people are aware, the most needed segments of our community are aware of this help available through this free education and training program sponsored by your tax dollars. We're going to make sure that we recruit more employers to the table through signing our pledge in partnership with SA Works and Greater SATX, ensuring that more employers are at the table taking advantage of the talent being produced by this program. We're embarking upon the talent pipeline management framework process with SA Works, getting our finger on the pulse of what occupations our employer need that are most critical to them growing and expanding here in the Alamo City. And this program is going to make the difference in our community by changing the narrative. Changing the narrative that San Antonio is a great place to visit, great place to have a good time on the Riverwalk with your family, to a great place where you can have a well-paying career in a number of growing industry sectors with the assistance of the Ready to Work program. We have partners at the table that are committed to ensuring that you have every resource at your disposal to overcome the barriers that you may be facing to getting your piece of the American dream through the Ready to Work initiative.
All right, Mike Ramsey, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate the program. And anyone who missed any part of this interview or anyone who wants to sign up for it, read more about it. We're going to have all that information on KSAT.com throughout the morning. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now, 8:13, 77 degrees out.
All right, coming up on GMSA, if you're like me and you talk to yourself a lot, there's some good news. Doctors are saying it could actually be better for your mental health. We'll explain.
And the Biden administration extending the COVID-19 public health emergency. We're going to explain why.
All right, 77 degrees at 8:13 this morning. I'm looking over at Justin. Looks like he's updating the pollen count. So maybe he'll have an update for that when we come back.
Welcome back. Let's take a look back in history today. We're going to take you back to 1987. You may remember this one, the Guadalupe River flood. It was near Hunt that they received about 11 inches of rain. The Guadalupe River rose 29 feet. And sadly, I think a lot of folks remember this, or you may have seen some footage of this. The church camp bus was caught in the floodwaters and it resulted in 10 deaths and 33, unfortunately, were injured. It was a sad day, and so much rain fell that morning and just caused the river to flood. It's a good reminder that we can't see floods this time of year, but this year we barely gotten any rain, so that's not an issue. But a look back at 1987 there, and for us, really, the story today is going to be the Saharan dust. We're going to get more of that starting to move in. It's going to thicken up some, and you'll notice the haze in the atmosphere. We're already noticing a little bit of haze, and then as we get into tomorrow, it starts to thin out some. By Tuesday, probably gone. But it's still just a day and a half here of some Saharan dust may cause a few issues for folks that are sensitive to that kind of thing. As we look out over the horizon this morning, a little bit of haze there. 78 degrees at the airport, 76 Stinson, 74 Kelly, 75 at Randolph, and some light winds at this hour. A lot of 70s on the map right now. 77 New Braunfels, 74 Uvalde, 73 in Pleasanton. It's good to see 70s on the map because remember we had that stretch where we didn't even drop below 80. Well, it's good that it's at least cooling down some, but we will see a quick warm up today. Dew points are in the 60s and 70s. Not as thick of humidity as we've seen last couple of days. Just some drier air by the afternoon means that the heat index won't be, well, it really won't be there at all. We'll see temperatures right around 100, 101, and that's probably what the heat index will be. It'll match the air temperature just because there's not that much humidity to contend with. 92 degrees by noontime. We're up around 100 by 4 o'clock. 101 our high temperature today. I think mostly sunny skies. South-southeasterly winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Another hot evening, too. Let's talk about the tropics real quick. You may have noticed that we haven't mentioned it much at all because there hasn't been anything out there. You look at it right now. There are no waves that Hurricane Center is watching, nothing of concern. We got off to a pretty quick start, but then things have just really quieted down. If we're going to see development in July, we typically see it in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, and then it either takes a track along the East Coast or moves towards the Gulf of Mexico, but it just hasn't happened. We haven't seen that development, and we still have La Nina out in the Pacific, which tends to increase our coverage in the Atlantic, but just nothing to speak of at this moment. And sea surface temperatures are plenty warm. There's enough energy there with sea surface temperatures in the 80s. So when something does form, it'll have plenty of energy to work with. Once we do get another named storm, it will be Danielle. You see the rest of the list there. Earl, Fiona, Gaston, and Hermine on the list next for the 22 Atlantic season. Again, our forecast today around 101. And as we go forward in time here, 101 Monday, 102 Tuesday, 103 Wednesday. I think Wednesday we could be looking at some record challenging heat. The record is 101. 102, the record on Thursday, we're forecasting 103. So Wednesday and Thursday, probably some of our hottest days. We're still in the triple digits going into Friday and Saturday. So we're going to just keep adding to that list of triple digit days. We're 37 today, and we'll get well into the 40s by the end of the week, guys.
Can't wait till October.
Thank you, Justin. Just about 8:21, 77 degrees out.
All right, straight ahead. A psychologist says if you're talking to yourself, it's actually a good thing.
Oh.
Making a difference in growth and mental health. We'll tell you why in just a bit.
All right, so the latest COVID variant, BA.5, is now prompting the Biden administration to extend the COVID public health emergency. So we're going to explain after the break.
In your health news, the Biden administration has extended the COVID-19 public health emergency for another 3 months through October 13th. The emergency declaration has been in place since January of 2020. Its latest renewal comes as Omicron BA.5, the most contagious variant yet, continues to spread. COVID-19 hospitalizations, deaths, and daily case rates are the highest they've been in months. For the first time in weeks, the CDC is predicting a rise in hospitalizations over the next month.
Okay, a complicated story. The way we talk to ourselves, yes, talk to ourselves, like talking to myself, it makes a big difference in growth and mental health. Sarah, I'm going to let you take it away because this is a story you've been talking about through the morning.
Okay, so a psychologist and professor at the University of Michigan says the inner voice is a multi-purpose tool that can at times become harsh, self-critical, and not helpful. So he suggests that healthy self-talk is crucial to our growth by helping us focus our attention, rehearse for difficult situations, understand our lives better, and shape our identity. Do you talk to yourself?
That makes sense, though.
I talk to myself all day long.
Yeah, but you do it out loud.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
I think it's like, I don't know.
No, talking to yourself is like physically talking to yourself, no?
Our producer's over this conversation. 8:26, 77 degrees out.
Go Spurs, go!
Go Spurs, go! So Spurs get a big win at the Summer League, but also so much more important than the win, we're seeing some great highlights, great development already from some of the young guys. We're going to explain in just a bit.
Plus, panic on the Vegas Strip last night. We'll tell you what had people screaming and running in fear and what Las Vegas police say was the reason.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It is Sunday, July 17th.
Good job.
You. I got it.
You got it.
That's what watches and phones are for.
Okay. No, so it's mid-July, but it's really felt this way, Justin, since what, May? Maybe
It's
April?
just like, I don't know what
May.
day it is. It's like we're in this like.
It's like
haze.
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
It just happens over and over and over. And today's really no different. That's just the way it is. I can tell you, though, that the pollen count is in, and that's changed a little bit. Molds are down. They're in the low category at 400. But as we've said all morning, keep in mind there is some Saharan dust out there today that may cause some allergy issues. 78 degrees at the airport right now. There's enough humidity to create a heat index of about 80. But the heat index won't be all that bad today. I think humidity levels stay down a little bit, especially as you get into the afternoon. So don't expect these numbers to be too big. It is going to be a hot day, no matter how you slice it. 83 degrees at 10 o'clock, 88 degrees at 11 a.m. By noontime, we're at 92. Sunny. We'll get a few clouds by the afternoon. 99 degrees at 3 p.m., 100 at 4 o'clock. And our high temperature is 101 today. Southeasterly winds anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. More of this is on the way, yes. But how hot will it get? We'll take a look at where that heat high sets up and what it means for our forecast going forward. That's in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Happening later today, family members of the victims of the deadly Robb Elementary School shooting will officially be shown video from inside the school on the day that the shooting happened. And this video shows what law enforcement was doing before they confronted the gunman. The Texas House Committee investigating the shooting, they're handling this release of the video to the families. We do know that in an effort to be sensitive and mindful of the family's grief, the video will not have any audio. Our Lee Waldman will be in Uvalde through the day, and she's going to have live coverage right here on KSAT starting at 5:30 this evening.
Well, on the day of the deadly shooting in Uvalde, Father Matthew DeLeon, a priest in neighboring Sabinal and dean of the Uvalde Deanery, responded immediately, meeting with children and their families at the hospital. Father DeLeon stepped in to help Uvalde because Sacred Heart Catholic Church's priest was away at that time. That work has continued in many ways. At Sacred Heart, there are grief counselors, financial assistance, housing assistance, anything the community could need. On the day of President Biden's visit to Uvalde, Father DeLeon helped celebrate that Sacred Heart Community Mass to pray for the victims and survivors. People describe the church as the community's heart, a heart that's broken and trying to heal.
Though we experience these difficult and sometimes unimaginably difficult moments, that helping each other get through it is what helps us to heal.
The resources at the church are in addition to the resources that are available at the Uvalde Together Resiliency Center. We have those details on what's offered there on KSAT.com.
New this morning, 2 people in the hospital after a terrifying overnight crash on the city's northwest side. So take a look. This all happened just after 2:30 this morning. This is Callahan and Evers. Now, San Antonio police on the scene telling us a woman ran a red light, crashed into another vehicle, causing it to roll several times. The passenger rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The driver suffering a broken leg. Now, the suspect, the woman who police say caused the crash, she is now in police custody.
A traffic stop leads Bexar County deputy to discover more than $100,000 worth of meth. That driver is now facing charges. Deputies say 41-year-old Kevin Sauls is facing possession charges. He was pulled over this weekend near I-35. Deputies found more than 23 pounds of meth. They say the street value is around $120,000.
In your morning headlines, we now have new information on the former NASCAR driver, Bobby East, who was stabbed to death at a gas station. So East was a 3-time U.S. Auto Club national champion driver. He won 15 USAC races in 2004. He even dabbled in the NASCAR. So 37-year-old East, he was stabbed at a Southern California gas station. The suspect then shot and killed in Anaheim as officers were trying to arrest him. Now, right now, police say they have no motive for the stabbing, but authorities are still investigating.
Well, panic set in last night in Las Vegas after a loud noise was confused with gunshots near a popular hotel. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police took to social media to say the reports of an active shooter on the Las Vegas Strip were not true. Prior to the police post, social media users shared multiple videos of people running on casino floors and outside hotels after reports of gunfire near MGM Grand. Now, according to police, a glass door shattered causing a loud noise and startling people, staged in the valet area of MGM Grand.
Well, close to 50 Hertz customers, yes, Hertz, the rental car company, well, they're suing Hertz for having them wrongfully arrested and allegations of stealing rental cars. Now, these customers actually just rented the cars. 47 people filing a lawsuit in Delaware claiming that Hertz failed to record rental extensions, as well as falsely claiming that customers never paid. They also accuse the company of failing to track their own vehicle inventory and failing to correct false police reports. The plaintiffs say the practices led to horrific situations with police, including, even in certain circumstances, arrests at gunpoint and even jail time. Hertz admitted in April that several hundred people were impacted by the company's errors, but says it is extending settlement offers to claimants on a case-by-case basis.
All right, if you want a discount, download an app. You want to track your purchases, download an app.
So how many times have you used an in-app or signed an agreement without actually reading the fine print? As 12 on Your Side's of Marilyn Moritz explains, you might be surprised to what you agreed to.
Which app makes you agree not to develop or manufacture nuclear weapons when you accept their terms?
Apple iTunes.
Consumer privacy expert Justin Brookman sees a lot of wacky clauses hidden in user agreements.
You promise not to get drunk on Tumblr's usernames. What does that even mean?
And this one, in the case of a viral infection that causes human corpses to reanimate and likely to result in the fall of civilization.
I guess it means that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, Amazon's not going to sue you. I think in a lot of these cases, the company's lawyers are just having fun.
Fun aside, Brookman says there is a lot buried in agreements that could limit your rights, including some involving posting negative reviews. Take Intel. It says violators will be prosecuted to the maximum extent possible. Intel says it's to protect the company from inaccurate reviews, but hasn't enforced it recently. Many of these clauses may be illegal, but some companies still use them.
I think it's a scare tactic. I think they know that consumers don't necessarily know the law. But if you lie about them, if you defame them, then that's not protected, and the companies have a right to sue you for it.
Some go further, saying you can't sue over a dispute, making you resolve issues outside of the courts. AT&T uses this common language. You are waiving the right to a trial by jury or to participate in a class action. AT&T declined to say why they sought to eliminate class actions, but said arbitration is faster and less expensive for consumers. Consumer Reports says that's not fair and suggests buying products that don't require arbitration when resolving disputes. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
All right, some top dogs are in San Antonio right now for a very popular dog show, and their handlers are hoping their pooches take home the top prize.
Jonathan Cotto joining us live from Freeman Coliseum. The dog show is underway. So, Jonathan, we understand that according to the event schedule, judging is about to get underway. How's it going out there?
It's going really well. I'm definitely hanging out with the top dogs here right now, and the judging is actually in full effect right here. But to talk a little bit more on that is Jennifer Delmer with Bexar County Kennel. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning. Fine, thank you.
So, Jennifer, talk to me a little bit about what's going to be taking place here today. I know judging is underway. What exactly are they looking for?
So we have over 170 of the 200 AKC recognized breeds represented here today. And so we're starting out with some breeds in the ring, and the judge is judging the breed according to that breed standard. So how well does that dog measure up to what that breed standard is? So that's what's going to be happening this morning. And then starting at 2 o'clock, the ones that win the breeds will go into the 7 different groups. And then the winners of those groups will then go into Best in Show probably around 5 o'clock this afternoon.
Best in Show. Jennifer, talk to me a little bit about that. We know we spoke with Michael earlier. He's won Best in Show several times. What does that look like? And more importantly, what does that feel like to be able to take that?
Well, I think it's pretty incredible. I do have a dog that has won a Best in Show.
Oh, congrats.
So, I mean, that's it. That's the pinnacle. You're the top dog for that day. And it's really incredible. It's an honor just to win the group and get in there. But then for that judge to look at those 7 very, very different dogs and pick which one meets the standard the best, it's amazing to watch.
Now, Jennifer, tell us a little bit about how this show has been operating this entire weekend. What has it been like?
So we have a different show every day. So we have Bexar County Kennel Club and Greater Victoria Kennel Club, and we work together for the River City cluster. And so actually we've had a different dog crown vested show every day. So we had a Saluki the first day, and then a Bulldog, and then last night was a Mastiff. So lots of different beautiful dogs, some of the top dogs in the nation, from almost all 50 states, and Mexico, Canada, and some European countries.
Wow. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much. Best of luck today. Wishing you all the best. Thank you for having us. And we'll be hanging out here for a little bit and taking a look at some of the dogs that are going to be here competing and showing off their talents. Max and Sarah, if you thought the station was cold, the studio was cold, it's pretty cold in here right now, but back to you in the studio.
That's one way to stay cool in the heat.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. I got to ask you, have 2 dogs. Did you sign them up for any of the dog shows?
Well, they're mutts, so they're number one in my heart.
Number one, you love it. All right, time now, 8:41, 78 degrees out.
All right, when you go to the beach, you might be ready for some jellyfish, seagulls with attitudes, but a massive sea creature had some beachgoers screaming. Oh my gosh, this video. We're going to explain that whole situation coming up.
Taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It's a great time to go to the beach. Not going to lie to you, 78 degrees out now. How hot will it get today? We're going to check with Justin Horn in just a bit.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA, powered by USAA.
San Antonio has been called Military City USA for decades, and now we're showing you why we're at the heart of military training for our troops. For many enlisting in the United States Air Force, their basic military training starts here at Joint Base San Antonio Lackland, better known as the gateway to the Air Force.
They step on drill as soon as they step off the bus. And in the 5th week, by the end of the 3rd week of training, they should be pretty proficient with drill movements. But we continue those. We want to sharpen those skills. We want to get that precision, that sharpness, so that we look good in our drill movements and what we do every day.
The new recruits will go through 8 weeks of training to learn important skills needed to become an airman.
So drill is a really important aspect of basic training. What they want to learn here is the discipline that it instills in them, being able to move from point A to point B. Also, being able to move from that point A to point B together as one unit, one team. Before you come into the military, you're civilian, you're worried about yourself at home. You only have you to watch out for. But when you come here, it's a teamwork aspect. You have to consider everybody else in this team and be able to come together and work together as one unity in order to get the mission done.
All right, we teased this earlier. A massive elephant seal.
Video.
Watch the video if you're not watching. So watch this. Beach goers in Baja California, in Sur, Mexico. In this video, oh my gosh, just watch it, obtained by CNN, shows this elephant seal leaving the sea and spending time on the sand of El Coyote Beach.
Justin Horn was telling us that was him after a couple pizzas.
I think we all feel that way, Justin.
So the animal initially stayed on the water's edge, then decides to move closer inland. People start freaking out a little bit.
This little boy in the chair, yep, get up. I would leave too.
I just wouldn't even know how to react to this situation.
Surprisingly fast.
Yes, he's doing.
Those little boys are like, oh gosh, Mom, what do I do?
It's like the dance, like when they're doing the worm.
Or that's just their crawl.
Oh my goodness. He was moving though.
That is
frightening. He can move. If I see like a creature that weighs several thousand pounds.
I want to say tons.
Yes.
We're not fat shaming here.
Pretty fast towards me, I'd move.
That's fair. All right, Justin Horn, speaking of beaches, good day to go to the beach?
Yeah, it is. I want to know what happened next.
Like, probably went home into the water.
He probably ate too much, just wanted to
I thought you were about to say he ate the kid. I was like, that took such a turn.
That did not happen. Whew. That's a giant creature, though. Giant. Yes, it is a great beach scene. Speaking of the beach, Port A, this picture coming out of Port A yesterday on KSAT Connect. A beautiful shot, but it goes to show you we've got some of that haze in the atmosphere from the Saharan dust, and that's the kind of sunsets you will get, especially down there along the coast. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Thank you so much for sending that in. And speaking of the Saharan dust, yeah, it picks up quite a bit today. It's going to be over our area, and then it dissipates by tomorrow. So this is just a one-day event, but it is going to be moderate at some points today. So far this month, what a month it has been. 90.2 the average temperature. The average high temperature, by the way, 102. We've been as hot as 107. That was last Monday. We're 6 degrees above average and headed towards our third month in a row of the hottest month on record, which is pretty incredible if you think about it. July is shaping up to be just like the last couple months. As we go outside for you, 78 degrees at the airport, mostly sunny. Dew point is at 67. Feels like 80 with south-southwesterly winds at about 9. And you've got temperatures generally in the 70s at this hour. 77 in Braunfels. We are up to 80 though in Gonzales, 77 in Uvalde, and 79 out in Del Rio. 76 down there at Stinson at this hour. And temperatures will start to turn a corner, warm up here quickly. We make it all the way up to 101. Yesterday we were at 100. We probably add a degree today. And a lot of places will be in the triple digits with some 90s up in the hill country, but you know, just status quo here. Hot, more heat. We look at the satellite and radar here. A lot of rain up across St. Louis, Cincinnati. That's where all the activity has been. These storm systems staying well to the north and tracking west to east. There's a few showers in the Gulf of Mexico, but you'll notice Texas is dry. It is also very hot. Heat advisories have been posted for parts of North Texas. Excessive heat warnings for DFW and Wichita Falls. We do not have advisories here. We don't quite meet the threshold, but you still need to keep in mind it's dangerous heat. I think we're pretty much all used to it at this point, but you know the drill. Drink plenty of water. Just be careful if you're going to be outside. 103, the high temperature in Dallas. It's going to feel like 106 today, and that's why those advisories are in place. The entire Lone Star State is going to be baking once again. Even Houston, a high of 96, but that feels like 104. We just won't quite have as much humidity here, so our heat index doesn't really register. It'll just be that air temperature that we worry about. And as we go forward in time here, high pressure still the big component of our forecast. It really is driving these temperatures up, and it actually moves a little bit closer to us, this heat high, as we get into the middle part and end of the week, which means temperatures only go up. There is really no sight of rain in the forecast, and that is unfortunate. I mean, we need it so badly, and it's just still not there. 101 Monday, 102 Tuesday, 103 Wednesday and Thursday, probably our hottest days. We will challenge some records both of those days. And we had the week in the low 100s. Big surprise, right? Hopefully somewhere down the line, August or something brings us a little bit of change, guys.
I'll take the beach with the elephant seal.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Thank you, Justin. Time now, 8:51, 78 degrees out.
For many boys and girls, it's a dream to serve their country, very much like it was for me. Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll bring you front and center the incredible story of a San Antonio native who's made that dream a reality and is now shaping the future of the United States Air Force in more ways than one.
Good morning, welcome back, and go Spurs, go Spurs, getting a W in Vegas yesterday. Finally, the first win of the Vegas Summer League for the Spurs, beating the Grizzlies 90-87. So they finished 1-4, but like I said, wins don't really matter in the Summer League. We are more interested in production of the young talent, and boy, did we get production yesterday. DJ Stewart coming in hot, 16 points, but the real two stories that we were staring at, 2 first-round picks. Malachi Branham, 23 points. Blake Wesley, not a great day shooting, but he contributed in other ways. 2 of 17 with only 9 points. But like I said, we got the win, Justin Horn, and that's why I'm happy.
Yeah, who's the standout rookie in your mind?
So far, probably Malachi Branham.
Yeah, it's looking great. 80 degrees right now. We're going to be up around 101 today, 101 tomorrow. A little bit of that dust in the atmosphere. Otherwise, it gets even hotter. 103 by Wednesday and Thursday. Pretty incredible. We are keeping this stretch of triple digits going. We've had one day so far this month below 100.
Woo! We got one. All right, so we had the record May, record June.
Yep.
Record July.
It's looking that way.
Justin Horn, thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Good to have you, Justin.
Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Happy Sunday.